And we're rolling. Ladies and gents, welcome to the live stream. I'm really happy to be explaining to you today some of the stuff that we're going to create new. And I finally had a haircut, which is really strange to say, but yeah. Nice. Let me just live stream on TikTok as well. Today, I don't know what we are doing, but we should be learning coding as always. Apps, live coding. Yeah. We don't have audience control completely on TikTok, but I think I can manage to actually extend some of the options right now to let you guys actually start your comment and also write whatever links or whatever you want. Nice. Cool. So welcome everyone. I'm really happy that we started, and let's see who will join. I'll check out on Twitch, and also I need to check out on Kick, because that also is where I live stream. All right, so I think people will get notification on Twitch based on my Discord, but they won't get anything else, especially for TikTok. So I need to kind of like go and explain where we are. Probably I have a Tmax session already there. Yeah, nice, I do have one. But why it's here? I honestly don't know. The challenge, no, the white noise. And this is the dev part, and for this one it's the same, and let's do npm run dev. Nice. So yeah, yes, last time we did some backend stuff. Hey Ibrahim Kenway, nice to meet you again. Well, I think you are the always first Twitch chatter. Yeah, are you on LinkedIn? I think you reached me out once on LinkedIn, right? If you need anything, please reach out on LinkedIn. That would be really nice. Otherwise, yeah, TikTok as well. I'm always checking there, and yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, I look different. My hair is a bit short. I totally had a haircut, which is really funny, because my son didn't know me when he saw me without hair. Without long hair, let's say. Nice. Hi Mustafa, you are the first TikTok comment actually. So yeah, let's see what we are building today. Last time, what did we do? Yeah, we prepared actually the server part, but we didn't do any routes, so maybe we will create them now. Route.ts, and also we'll do here controllers.ts or controller.ts, or you know what, could be utils, could be helpers, could be a lot of things, but controllers.ts seems like the right thing to do. It can be index as well, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there is one thing that we need to do also for the modular path. I didn't do that last time. Hey, Piotr. How can I say your name? Piotr? Something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it actually. So I have water here. I have also some cola. I have multiple stuff in front of me, like coffee from yesterday and stuff. I need to clean up my desk. And tea as well. I don't know what happened to me. Like, I went to the kitchen and I brought everything, and I was like thinking I'll just get anything in front of me. Shalomo said, your folder structure is a mess. Well, you think what? I think you need to prove a point. Let's know why. Maybe you are actually better. That might be the reason actually. Maybe you can teach us. Yeah, so basically, yeah, the folder structure probably is because I have the server inside the front end, which is wrong. But overall, yeah, please prove your point. I need to kind of understand what you want or what you need me to do. I honestly don't know how can I prove that, but let me open everything so our guy here sees everything actually, because I know that the server folder is just a backend. Just look at the other one, it's front end and it's React basically, and we are going for MERN, basically MERN completely. Nice. Yeah, nice. Bro, leave this for AI and live life. Well, always the same kind of comments. But the funny part is that his ID is nobody asked. That's it, like quote unquote. Well, yeah, nobody asked. Well, yeah, I would leave regex for AI. I will agree on you on that. Hey Suzy, thank you. I actually achieved 6k followers. Let's see today what can we do. I'll charge my phone so we can follow up, and let's see where will we go. Can we reach out to 7k maybe, as we are having already 30 people watching now. That's amazing. Where are you from, guys? Like can you comment out, because I want to know. What's Morgan? Interesting. So Morgan is kind of like it's a dev tool that if you use it like Morgan with an attribute of dev or an argument of dev, it will kind of like show you whenever you access any of the APIs, it will show you that on the consoles. All right. So that's it. Yeah. It's just a logger kind of, and yeah. Nice. Did you call in sick today? Yeah, I did. Charged, guilty. I actually went and got like some, I actually have it on my desk. Like I went and got like some referral to check my basically vitamin levels and stuff like that, because I honestly woke up and I felt like super dizzy, even though that I was kind of okay, better than 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I wanted to know what is happening, like, and then turned out it's 100% vitamin D kind of deficiency, because I feel it only when I sit home for a longer period of time, because lately I've been really coding a lot, investing time in the streams, doing a lot of streams as well with the chat, also going to work after the streams, so kind of like sleep less and work harder kind of lifestyle, which is really bad for certain stuff. But overall it's fine. Like gym and a bit of movement, and then you just eat well, and then you go back on track. Samurai said, how are you? I'm fine. I was just talking about we were live streaming yesterday, and I told the chat that I will call in sick today, and I did that, so they were asking if I did it or not. Oh, bro Samurai here. His name is Samurai in the chat. Said he's working on copy in Steam. Basically, probably is working on a copy for Steam, web copy, basically app or something. Okay. Is TypeScript better than JavaScript? I always say this, that JavaScript ends when TypeScript starts, which means that if you are working for professionally, you probably want to do TypeScript, because it brings that OOP kind of level of JavaScript and bring you like that objective oriented modeling or types to your whatever variables you're gonna use. Plus it has like each kind of package right now has its own types, and you know exactly that what you are inferring into certain helper functions or component or props or whatever, so things don't go nuts, and you don't have to be actually working on something that you don't know what might be the security vulnerabilities that you are creating there. But yeah, always TypeScript will be better. Where are you from? Can you guess? But yeah, I think it's really a good game that you guess, because you won't be guessing. Some guy said India, but I'm not from India. But yeah, I would leave it for the chat to guess. The ones who doesn't know. The one who knows, please don't say anything. So let us see. But yeah, you didn't reply, by the way, about the folder structure. You asked directly. saying that plenty of juniors pretend to know what they are doing. Well, you should be a junior somewhere or what. It can be folder structure that will be better than if your project is messed up in another parts, like Zod, for example. Yeah, maybe I'd rather do a falsy structure than actually be inferring wrong types or doing a more wrong backend or teaching people a wrong thing. Yeah. I just went to the barber. It's very funny. I feel like Germany is going through this crisis with barbers. There is not so much of them, and there is two types of them. Either super expensive, like I don't know what is super expensive for you guys, because if you are from the US, it might be not expensive for you. But yeah, either it's like North 100 or it's South 20, you know. So it's either this or that. Okay, Aziz said it's 18 euros. That's the perfect that's the perfect thing. For me, it's around 50. Yeah. And I live in Munich, and everything around me is around 50. I cannot do more or less. You can do more for sure if you ask for more. But yeah, that's kind of like the price for it. And I don't know what is happening, but whenever I go to a new barbershop, I found out that the owner is always not a German, but the people who work there are probably German and from so many other actually countries in Europe. Nathan asked, are you a freelancer? Yeah, I do freelance. I do contracts with B2B. So if you don't know what is that, I mean, yeah, some people actually don't know the difference. I will actually explain to you that. Let me share my screen. So in Germany, actually, you have 3 wallets and based on classes. So let's say you are a normal worker, and let me pick like a thicker lines, or I can just zoom in now. Zooming in is bad. So class 1 will be a normal job. There is also class 2, which will be having like another class, basically, which can be a freelancer, and that you need to have double job, basically double contracts. And you cannot be freelancer in IT with having only one client, which means that you need to base yourself on these 2 clients. Otherwise, it will be refused, right? And there is another part, which is the SARL part, or what we call the LLC, limited liability company. And then you open your own company, and then you are B2B. You are a business that only acquires or talk to other businesses, right? This seems like to be the best part of it, but here you pay shitload of taxes. Probably, I mean, if you get 10k from a client a month, or even 100k, you will pay the government 50k, kind of. And also this guy, if he wants to pay you 100k, he will pay the government 120k. So from 120, you end up only with 50, which is really bad. I mean, yeah, it's like 70 divided by 50. So they will take always 1.2 of what you take, right? Which is even more, 1.4. Yeah, which is really bad, right? So I'd rather this one. So if you have 2 contracts, you just go talk to people, and you will become like a full other type of class, and you need kind of like to just bring 2 contracts. It depends, though. It depends also on where you live and what kind of authority you're going to talk to about this, right? But that's what I know about it when it comes to Germany, and especially in Munich here. Yeah. So in the US is different. You don't need to actually have 2 clients, right? Anyway, yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. I don't call it the same name, though. I'm actually streaming there right now. But if you want, just go to my Discord. I have it on my profile. Click my profile, click my Discord, and there you'll find all my socials. I actually should probably share all my socials on Discord. Or you can just write a message, hey, what's your YouTube there? And I will just share with you the link. I like Ice Code said, show your M file. I wish if I can. But I actually delayed about doing the database for this app just because I know that I need to open the M file. So I said no. It's kind of weird. Like I'm showing people how to code, but sometimes I need to hide this kind of stuff. Yeah. Niels asked, are you an IT guy and what direction did you study? I mean, what major you mean? The thing is here about majors, I studied, it's like this. Let me just, I like to draw, honestly. So it was like this. I was born, raised in Tunisia. I don't know if you know that country. It's North Africa. And in Tunisia, we have free education, basically, right? So free education means that you pay, I don't know, like 30 euros per year, right? Which is really cheap for university, basically. So I picked two paths here. I was like, yeah, either I go like what we call integrated engineering. Basically, you study engineering integrated with math. And why they call it integrated, I don't know why. But basically, it came because probably there's more scientific stuff that you need to learn with English, French, and so many other subjects. So you won't be learning like web stuff or algos or whatever. You will be learning actually 6 to 10 other subjects. And that's why they integrate at the end, at the third year, I think, the engineering part. So you will only learn that after you pass the first 2 years, which is wrong for me. I don't want to do that. So I went for a normal thing, which we call license. And this license, or licence in French, is basically 1 to 3 years digital, basically web infrastructure. So basically you learn first HTML, first lesson HTML, second lesson CSS, and then you choose wherever you need. And this freedom I really liked, right? So then after that, this license is equal to a bachelor. So I was with a bachelor, which is here. And by the way, it costs also the same, so you don't really need to pay much. The cost there in Tunisia, I think the cost of these stuff are basically dependent on where you study. So if you're studying in a certain place, like the capital, it will always start like with this fee, but then goes basically boom, 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 like your rent will be super high, and you will end up at the end of these 3 years probably spending 10,000 euros or whatever. But still, then better than American schools, I think. The second thing that I studied, which is the master, and I'm just explaining to you for you to know that you can do it even without a degree, right? The second thing that I did is master. I went to Moscow. We studied like 1 year for languages. There actually I studied only 3 months, and then I moved out to another city called Voronezh, which is also in Russia. And it was like obscure for me. I didn't know even what we are gonna study here. And it was for me to move for these to this country was dependent on something called like a hopper, like kind of like a scholarship. And where you are, if you are from basically first to 11th, you go to good school. If you are 11th to 100, you go to a better school, but not that much better than these people who went to Harvard maybe or whatever. And then you can be, for example, number 400 out of 4,000, and then you choose like certain countries, like even China you can choose, which is really cool because it would be very expensive for you to go to the US or something like that. So for me it was like, where is the cheapest country? And I found kind of not one of the cheapest was Russia, so I picked Russia at the end. And then Russia to do master was a bit hardcore because here the 3 months you are just studying languages. And in this languages courses, we were like, it was very icy. I went there in December, and the next day it's like minus 27 degrees or something, Celsius for sure, not Fahrenheit. And minus 27, I don't know how much is that in Fahrenheit, but probably it's 10 or 20. So it was kind of really weird situation. After 1 year and a half of that, so after 2 years and a half, including the first year in languages, I got my master's, and my master was in mathematical modeling. So I have nothing to do with web. In this 3 years, I didn't do anything in web. And I graduated in 2019. But I had prior to that, like I was working with my bachelor already, and with my bachelor I had 3 years of experience. So I started with 3 years of experience. So if you put this as kind of like a spectrum, I started 2013 my bachelor, I could finish it in 2016, so 1 year earlier. And then in this time when I'm in Russia, I was actually working, and I worked for like certain companies online, and they're all like freelance basically. Yeah, so here when I got the mathematical modeling kind of degree, I actually, it's kind of like this. Let me explain to you in more details. It's kind of weird to actually tell this, because I know that you guys probably, okay, why it's not zooming out? This is the out, this is the maximum I can get. So I took all of this and I went like, I don't need it. I don't need anything. Like literally, I don't need anything. And I went out again and I said to myself, hey, what is this new solution for me to get a job in Fang, for example? Not in Fang, but in something like better, right? Better that I was doing here. And I went again and I found out like a Udemy course by the guy called Steely, I think. Called Steely, like this. I think you can find him. He's a really cool guy, very down to earth. I hate the other Udemy instructors. They sometimes very too much character. Like they put 90 hours to study something that doesn't make any sense. So it was called Steely, and I think I remember another guy called Brian Holt. I followed him on Twitter, I remember, and both of them were doing these kind of courses that are free on YouTube. So they take, like, for example, let's say Node, and they do just a 5 hours course, right? Not 60, not 90, not 100, right? And 5 hours is enough. Is enough to know the basics, know what to create, how to do your routes, how to do your controllers, and move on, right? So it was Node, React, and then TypeScript. I don't remember where I learned TypeScript, but it should be something from YouTube as well. And that's it. I mean, I spent here around 1.5 years, so around the 20. Yeah, it's reconnected now. Yeah, it's reconnected now. Yeah. Yeah, I was lagging for some reason. Yeah, I hate this internet problem, and it happens only at night for some reason. Really weird. Yeah, so the basically the whole thing is that if you study all of this, that I actually went and made a mess with it, like, so this bachelor, and made a mess with it, like, so this bachelor, these degrees and stuff like that, they were not really that much important at the end. What is important is kind of like what you pick as a goal. So let's say let's actually go and maybe make a funny goal for you guys. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, this is kind of cool. So there is the web, right? And there is also the backend part, and the web actually is a bad word for it, but I would just do front here, like FR. So I actually, if I'm interested in doing like web technologies, I will go to that survey that we checked. I think we still remember that survey, right? So this is the 2024 survey about JavaScript being on top. And by setting up your goals, you will always steep. Basically, you'll always go to the right path. So you say, hey, just JS, HTML, CSS for the web. So basically here you're saying what kind of, like, first questions, probably framework, right? You reverse engineer the whole thing, right? And if you say to yourself, okay, the framework that I want to reach out is React, let's do it actually better. Let's write just framework, like this, and then say React here, right? If you say, hey, I want actually to have a framework with React, and not Angular or whatever, you need to actually understand what React brings to the table. So probably hooks, you understand certain hooks. Probably you understand what is JSX. And probably you want to understand also components. And actually prop drilling, probably. Like these kind of things that you hear from the internet, basically. Prop types, maybe. That's also interesting, right? What else can you learn? You can learn plenty and plenty of things. And this actually goes like further, right? But these are the basics. So if you go to a hook, anybody in the chat knows what is a use memo, for example? Like use state, that's very used, and the use effect. These are the most used kind of, right? And probably a use callback. And that's it. I mean, if you know these four, I will go like this is 1, 2nd, 3rd, and this is 4th, kind of. Yeah. If you know these by that, order, and then move to the GSX part and understand what is GSX. Maybe have a simple background about XML, for example, HTML, CSS, modules. Also understands a bit of paths, because paths actually is very important. And then structure. Like our friend in the chat a while ago, he mentioned a lot of things about structure. So like this, I mean, this is web, right? And then you don't really need to hop to anything else here. So then when you go to the backend, you need also to understand what you want to do. So let's say if you want actually to go to the backend, can you do next, and or do you want to do the node? Therefore, express, right? Therefore, also you would say to yourself here, TypeScript, maybe that also will help, right? And while you are understanding what is happening in the React world, you kind of like always try to interview yourself in your head and ask yourself, hey, do I still remember what is a use memo? Do I still remember what is a use store? Do I still remember what is a use effect? And so on and so forth, kind of, yeah. And here you choose next or nest. There is nest also. It's OBS that is disconnected and coming back, I think. That's why I was actually logging, kind of. What is the best platform to get clients for someone who has projects? I don't know how to start. Nathan asked. I mean, for me, honestly, LinkedIn was how I started, and still how I do stuff. So kind of like, I think that's the only way that I would say now that how I get clients and how I kind of like get reached out by people. But there is Upwork. They say that it's really good as well. And there is a lot of other actually platforms that I don't know of, but probably if you just Google it, a lot will pop off. And also to find this kind of platforms, because in Reddit you will get really good experience from other people. Nice. Connecting and reconnecting like crazy. Dido said cool hair. Thank you a lot. I mean, I just went to a barber today and I chose whatever. Thank you a lot. Nice. So let's see what we wanted actually to do last time. I don't remember, honestly, but I want to actually explain to you how controllers work. So probably in this route here, did I install actually a router function from Excel? We don't need to install anything. I think we can do just export const router. Do you want to actually make it routes, maybe? Yeah, and it will be using router, and that should be sufficing actually, because then let me see if I also have something like router options. Like, is there maybe like a type for it? Express router. I don't know. Maybe you need to tell me, guys, here what is the routes kind of type, right? But now I will just do this routes dot, and then I have get, right? I can do wherever, honestly. And in here I will just do a func, and for now this function can be anything. So let's say like get all users, kind of like something like that, right? Or not even get all users, check sanity we will call it, right? Just for fun. And this will be check sanity or status, maybe. Yeah, that would be a really good thing to use. And here I will do anonymous function. I don't know why it doesn't work with my LSP, but what I'm gonna use here, probably that rec and res from Express. And as you know, actually I had that in my here, like a normal function that returns something, but I'm gonna actually delete this or yank it because I'm gonna use the route actually. You know what? Let's do it like this. So anything will start with API, and this will be routes that is from our routes, and as you see on top it just get automatically there. And I'm gonna just select all of this and paste my function as is, and instead of as it's check sanity, basically I'm gonna use it here. And rec res, yeah, so for sure I have to kind of get the requests, and I need to be also sure that this is an interface and not anything else. Yeah, response, also this should be an interface, because sometimes you end up like doing some other stuff. I will also do another get basically, and by the way, this /status will be API /status, because anything now that uses our routes will be API, beginning with API basically. Yeah. Yeah, I think ZXZ answered you. He said that you need to kind of like do projects, and that's correct. You need to make a lot of projects to be able actually to remember everything that you need to remember. All right, so guys, please like this live stream, click everywhere, comment everywhere, and share it everywhere. So just reach out to as much people as possible. Today we are aiming for 6,000, maybe 500 followers on TikTok. I'm not sure how much do we have right now. Let me check. Probably we added up some 50 or something today, but I want to see numbers, and I want us to reach out as soon as possible to 10K, right? I understand you are in the early stages of learning. No, I'm not actually, but we are in the early stage of teaching, because we are trying to teach people here how to do their backend. I will show you the application later. Just stick to the chat, follow us as well, and also you can click on my profile for Discord and check. Maybe you need to follow up then. I will leave it obscure for you. So here we have a very kind of like needy chatter, but yeah. So here I'll just leave it like that for now. Instead of the hello word, I'll just status, and here I might be just doing on or wherever. For now it's just wherever. And why I did this, I just wanted to show you guys like the okay, let's delete this one. I just wanted guys to show you the fact that you can actually see all the API logs whenever someone accesses any of the functions with that Morgan dev problem. Okay, package. So here I will just delete this. Honestly, I don't want to leave it here. I will leave it here, and the only thing that I need to do probably is to export it. And here, as you know, then we need to import it. We'll leave a space between our path imports and model imports. So what is it called? Check sanity, something like that. Yeah. And as you see here, we have this controller part. Nice. So let me just get off the screen this kind of thingy and also make you see everything like that. All right, so is response used here? For sure, these needs to be also here, but we need to CIW this word, and if you don't know what is CIW, is to change inside word. Yeah, we didn't use the rec part, and I think ESLint is just crying for that. Might be that it's better to leave it out. And maybe here I'll just do an ESLint to disable next line, just for us to be sure that we don't have any LSP issues, right? Oh, I did a mistake actually. I need to GCC that. Let me just get that and then GCC it, and that's it. Nice. All right, what else should I show you? Yeah, maybe I show you how this is working in action. So this controller works, and status should work, and the server should work. Yeah, why don't we run it? Let me just also delete this one from here and this one as well, and that will be cleaner. Here as well, we don't need them, and that's it. So now we will jump. There is something called the NeoVim jump starts. It jumps basically file by file from where you were, using Control-I and Control-O, and that would be really great for you guys to see it. All right, cool. Let me check your messages. Hakim said, what software do you use for streaming? I use OBS, honestly. OBS for everything. All right. So, it's common and not. I mean, it depends. It depends on you and what you want to do, honestly. All right. So, from what I will do now, as we actually configure the package.json to have concurrently installed in it. So here, this is very kind of basic thing to do. You just, let me see if that's actually there in the screen. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what I want to achieve with this project. All right, let me show you. The app actually crashed. All right, so here I'm running the npm run dev for the React app, and I'm waiting also for that to compile, but I see actually that I have a problem, and it says that it cannot find routes of root, and that's in the loader.js part on the dist file. All right, let me check that. I think because I am reading directly from dist, so source, and then there is a route, and there is a route.js. So probably, I think I know what I'm doing. Let me just do something very smart. The thing is about what we are going to do right now is how can we make our project modular. And once we make it modular, it means that you actually specify a path, like a source path for the project, and that source path will be the sign of, you choose a letter, for example, the @ letter, and from there you just move on. And we installed actually the package that does that for us, and it's called model aliases. And what we need to do is actually just go to the end of the file and do this, do module. I'm not sure if this is how it's written, but let me check. I think yes, you can do it inside word and do that, and then here open where do you want your like source path to be, right? Why? Because anything right now that you will use like this source, right, it will be knowing or identifying that folder that I will put here as my source. Okay, so that's it. I mean, I want our dist folder / source to be anything that I put after this source, or when I actually put this as a path, it will actually read that. Also, we need to do one more thing, I think, with this, which is to check our TS config and see what we're using for the root dir. And I think I showed you this, the root dir for that. Where is it? Yeah, here you go. Root dir. Yeah. So the root dir should be that. That's fine. The base URL should be source. That's fine. Probably I'll just put it like that. But path though should have what we're gonna put in it right now. So at source, that's what we chose, will be always referring to, man, I'm not sure about what we're doing here, but as the base URL is source, that's correct. Yeah, as the base URL is source, anything inside source will be read. All right, that's it, I think. Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I just go to, let me delete this dist. If I go to controllers and I try to read, yeah, you see here also there is, I think because rec even needs to be there, even though that it's not called, because it's the first argument. That's correct. But well, I'm not sure, but let's try that. Yeah, so now controllers, we can see inside that, or I will show you another trick. See inside tick, so you just change inside all the ticks there for the path, and you do source, and it will be read as a path. But now somehow it's not reading the correct path, so it says that cannot find model source. Find it as a file though, which means that we did some mistake. Maybe this model analysis is written wrong. I'm sure something is written wrong in this case. Or let me just jump back. Yeah, here we need actually to put that, so we make sure that every file that comes after the source will be read as a path. How and where the documents about app is written? I don't understand your question here. What do you want to achieve with this project? I'll show you 1 second once we actually finish up with this section. Yeah. I know, because I am actually showing you also the road here, basically the paths. Yeah, because you need to know also that we are actually doing this in the server part. All right, let me just check everything. So this is the TS config for our backend. That might be also something that we need to check. So there's something that we need probably to include, which is probably this. Let me just copy it actually from where it is. What should it be? It should be like the include folder and exclude folder for the node models. And that is that. So basically here, let me just top this so you can see. So this is our TS config now. It has that including of the source and source types. It has also the excluding of the node models and dist. And also it has the idea of this, that's correct. And here for the paths, it accepts add source as a path, and also its base URL is source, therefore this is correct because the dot is source, and the root dir can be the whole folder for the server. Therefore now I want to try this again with another file, probably this one here, add source, and then you see it's a folder. So we achieved what we want to do. It's not Laravel, this is JavaScript and TypeScript and Node.js, Express, yeah, and React. So now if I go to controllers and go / I read my controls correctly, you see. And also if I go to my server and I forgot about this route, so I will see inside that, and I will do source again and routes, it will read that correct. Cool. So our model analysis is working correctly. Is the only thing that I'm just skeptical about Is that if I called it in the package.json correctly or not? Because I'm not sure. The package.json, it should be model aliases, and with yeah, that's it, or models aliases, model aliases with the A being capital. Yeah. Therefore now, if I just create this, and now let me see what is the problem again. So the problem is that substitution for the pattern of source slash should be an array. Oh, correct. Okay. Maybe I made a mistake also in that ts config again. Let me just go there. Yeah, so this one should be surrounded by an array. And that is it, actually. Yeah, let me just clear that. I saw an error, but I don't know where it's come from. Route is not bound. Seems like a very weird actually error to be having, as we actually defined everything for that. Alright chat, now it's your turn to help out. So this is an array of that source. Should I install types for anything here? I'm not actually sure. So that's the array of add source of path, source, base URL. Everything seems to be correct. But the only thing that is suffering now in our routes, its source. So it doesn't have any a problem with this one. Just have this controller. This part is bugging it kind of. Okay, let me try again. So it's in source, routes, and routes. And that should be exported. And this is from the controllers. Alright, seems like it's having a problem only with this one here. Okay, now it says finding 0 errors, which is a bit weird for me. Honestly weird. So that dist of source of server.js, so our dist folder is not reading that model for the route. This doesn't seem to be working for it. Fine. Does we need to do anything for our ESLint to accept that? I don't think so. Does we need our package.json to have anything else than the model aliases on the bottom? Not really. I'm sure that the model aliases are enough. Do you think that I need to do that? Or is it the ts config issue? Which software do you use for streaming, please? Hageem, I said it's OBS. OBS, so I hope that's helpful. Yeah. Alright. So for the ts config, let me just show you that. But I want to actually make sure that I also, in the package.json, that I'm placing the model aliases correctly. It's under the dev dependencies, and it should be 100% this. I will try actually to show you. That's what I have, so it's correct. The source and this, okay. So this is cool. Now let's go to our ts config. Is it probably that I have a comma somewhere that is angry, or maybe at the end of this file I'm actually including and excluding. Oh, wait a second. Maybe that is the problem. Should exclude the at this point. Okay, there is an error. I saw it. It's this. Okay, so that exclude is fine. Maybe this is also good, right? The source should be... man, at this point I am clueless. Okay, let me just do this source. Okay, so source, yeah, it seems like this is better. But I have no idea also if this will work. Boom, it's another error. And it's simply in cannot find model of source route. Even though that I installed that model, path model thingy. Alright, then I will just wait for the chat to actually do that. You're coding in the shell. What are you using to do that? I'm using NeoVim. I'm Vim, or the text editor for Vim, NeoVim, and I added my plugins for that. Is there a way to preview an already existing React zipped file? That's a question that I am now curious about why you asked. So maybe you give us more detail. You didn't import the LeBron package. Added to node model.js. I added the aliases part. It's called module alias, but globals, ESLint, that's all. I have everything packed up. So let me check out my package.json. So I have ESLint, global, node TypeScript, ESLint. Seems like I have all the 6. Here I have module aliases, you see? Oh, wait a second. Maybe there's something in the route that I need to add. Maybe also... oh, I remember now. I need to import that. No way. I need actually to tell my app that I need to import it. So on top of my files here, I need to say, this is basically what import aliases does. So what is it called? Actually, I forgot about it. Import or module aliases or something like that. It's module alias slash... alright, not like that. I think import directly, and then we do module alias and then slash module slash register. Yeah, now it will work. Yeah, you know what, it's kind of weird. All right, now I can show you the project. So yeah guys, I know it's just that everything should have worked if I just imported that. Yeah, but I think what Vincent said about the LeBron package, that's what I forgot. It's basically the LeBron module alias package. I register for it. Maybe it's from where you are importing the route. I think you need to add .ts. I think Obeng, no, it's not that, because once you understand how TypeScript works with that path, you know that you don't need the extension at the end. All right, cool. So let's try it. So now we did everything that we need to do. Now we need to show the app, right? So let's show the app. So why I did this? I kind of did it for the fun. So let's go to localhost. This is the front end app actually. And what I wanted actually to see now is that if I go to 3000 and then API, I will get nothing. But if I go to status, I will get status on, which makes us correct. So everything works. Basically now we have that backend working, and that's what we wanted to achieve, right? It's just that this backend returns that status, right? There is one thing that we need probably to add now, because you see that I actually changed the port. So right now, okay, this is this is wild. So we are using Vite, right? Which means that Vite works on a 5173 port, right? And our backend is working with port 3000 or 5000 if it doesn't read the environment variables. The problem now that we need to, whenever we go here and we do /API, so basically we are on the front end, we need to proxy this port, right? So in this case, I think we just find out how that works. It's called vite-config proxy, I think, and I will find it. Server options, yeah, this is the part. Where is it? Yeah, so kind of like this, something like this, server something. Yeah, so server proxy, and then you open this and you do the API and you put the target and the change origin to be true. Let me copy the whole thing because I don't want to do it. All right, so let's try that out. And before that I do it, let me just read your comments. So now we close this completely. We don't need it anymore. And we go to our vite-config on the front end because that's where we will actually configure this. And probably in the define config object here at the end, which is really weird what I just did. So this closes that, and now we need another one that closes the other one, and another one that closes the other one, and we are good. So I don't know if this will work, but I will delete this. I'll delete this, all of this. We don't need it. And then we know /API here. We just need to do local host 3000 / hopefully this works actually, or should we put the HTTP? At this point I'm not sure, and I will just do this. I think this enough will make it work. Yeah, it's working. So I just need to npm run dev again. Hopefully, yeah, so it's working on port 3000. That's fine, but it's proxying now, right? Which means that if I go to my app, and we already did this part of the proxy part, so this is called proxying. How can I type that? Proxying. It's really cool. And go back to my app though. Check it out. It works somehow. So now I will not change the port, and as you see, I have opened that. So I will just go API /status, and it works. Then therefore, if you check the network tab, we will know that we are not querying actually the. Let me refresh. Where is my query? Where is my query, man? Where is it? I don't see it. It's fetch XHR, right? All right. Maybe I need to zoom out just a little bit, just because this is too much. I'll put all. Here you go. Status, response, preview, and then you see here the port, right? The port is 5173 and not 3000, even though that we are doing 3000, right? Cool. I mean, saves a lot of pain for the later. Perfect. I mean, do you have guys any questions about this part? I mean, it's to the point, right? Is Morgan for login? Yeah, it is for logging. Yeah. Anybody who joined us right now, please follow up the live stream. I'm really happy that you guys are, and here we have already so much viewers, and I'll be happy if you guys follow and also check our Discord link, because in Discord we have a lot of viewers that are always there and answering and doing a lot of Q&A and sharing their own projects as well, which is really cool. We have a first time chatter in Twitch. Tink said hi. Hi mate. All right, cool. Nice. That's amazing. Now now we did something. Now that we did that, why don't I see OBS? Let me see. we need kind of like now to think about what kind of feature we need to update. So yeah, Morgan is for logging, and as you see, that's when it logs. Can you maybe understand now and complete what is happening? I hope so. Yeah. Let me check also the chat config. I will allow all comments. Wow, a lot of people that followed. Thank you a lot. Let me check. Actually, we are aiming to have today around 6,500, but if we are really open for it, we can do the 7K. But yeah, that would be amazing. Let's see. Cool. Any more questions though? To show logs only in the terminal, or there are any feature to save it in DB? That's actually a good question. Morgan save logs. I don't know. I will ask Google to DB. Ah, okay. So they say that there is one. There's a method that you can do that for, and you use kind of like a middleware. But it's an event, but it's not using Morgan actually. It's using another package. So then probably Morgan opens like a stream kind of stuff, and in this case, that stream, you can just stream of data that is being logged. You can actually just follow it up and check for yourself for whatever logged in, logs in terminal lines, and then you just put them into your DB, or you simply put a logger, maybe prefix for it, and then you stream it. Yeah, and it will be kind of like a custom write stream or something like that. What is this with kinda weird comments, guys? Nice. So let me just go back then. Okay, so now that we did this part, now we can actually freely go and save everything in our GitHub, adding the backend module aliases, and that will be it. And look at this, look how many things we created with you guys. That's epic. Here I was working on main and then I am working on develop now. I switched, like I created like a develop branch for this. Cool. A lot of people following, thanks a lot for that. And is it me, or is it that you guys cannot comment for some reason? I don't know. If it's from me, just let me know. Send me a message or something. Otherwise, I will be able to share with you the Discord now, because that's important. We wanted actually to check that. So for the Discord link, let me create a new one. Actually, our guys are now joining. Just go to my profile, and from my profile you can be able to click the Discord link that is in there, and I think it works perfectly, right? Unless it is not working, but I think there is a people who joined through it, so that would be amazing if you guys do. That would be cool. Cool. I have a cola here and I'm just watching your comments. Yeah, Paddy said hello. Hello, Paddy. Do you get what we are trying to build? All right. So we have a reusable part. I actually built a header, a layout. That part of services, I don't know what I did in it. There was like this contact page that I used the layout in it. Okay. And this one I left it as is, so I'm gonna just pick whatever I put here in the about page. I think I need to surround this with a layout, and that layout needs to be imported. Yeah, let me just show you that, because I created this layout from the layout component, and this is our about page. Basically we can do see inside tag, and instead of h3, let me pick like an example of a good about page. I'll ask ChatGPT, give me a good description of an app that is white noise to help students focus. About me page. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. He called it flow focus. So just we will kind of paste everything here and change change the name. This one too, I called it study with me, kind of. Just I wanted to be there just for the sake of it. And this one, actually we can do change surrounding tag, and that will just be p, and the class name will be like text y. I will do slate, maybe slate 200, and padding 2 again. That's fine. But this one probably padding y, we want it to be 2, and this I will do padding x for x-axis. And that's it. We don't really need everything. I just wanted to show you the layout. I can show you the layout here. You can read it. It's a simple layout actually. Yeah. Maybe we have some chatter who's always negative. I want him to help me out with something. Alright, so can you read this component and maybe give us an idea of how can we do fuzzy finder? Because here I'm doing it with white noise array. So basically I will explain it to you. We have the auth provider. Let me show you. We have an auth context here, and this auth context is using actually Firebase, and I'm just returning kind of like a context with a provider that I'm gonna use. I use it actually on my main.tsx, I hope. Yeah, there, the router provider, and that's also for 10 stack. So here you will find out somewhere that I'm using that current user to make sure that you are actually logged in. And yeah, that current user actually comes from that hook, from the from the use auth hook. We can go here to show you again. All right, so here I'm actually doing like a search by value, and I debounce that value. Right now we don't have like an API request, right? So the only thing that I did this for is just to prepare it next. So if it searches from the backend, it will just search via like a delay. Yeah, and I did a use effect that takes that basically value and changes what is the white noise array containing. Otherwise, if there is no debounce value, it will return the white noise blobs, which is basically everything from here. So maybe you can give us another idea about what to use here, maybe a package, and I will be really happy. Yeah, I'm actually telling this to our guys, SH Lomo or wherever. It's very funny that, yeah, let's see. Yeah. The components folder is a mess. Why don't try atomic design? It's more clean, in my opinion. Yeah, so basically when we started this, we tried to not actually use any kind of package that help us. Even like for state management, we did a lot of contexts. But then we decided actually to go our step back and use 10 stack router, and from there we used Formic. From there we used also Zod, and also we are using now we are taking the opportunity to actually do a readme file, and I'm answering Florian question. So this is our readme file. We are just adding some stuff, and all these readme files actually, let me just update this because this is actually updated. All this readme file is made by the chat. Done that work now? It should be working. And this one we will learn it later on. Yeah, adding the stand, I still didn't do that. search for input voices, add a Kanban board. So basically we are just doing things one by one. So here, for example, adjustable volume controls. I couldn't do that with just simply React. So yeah, there is like a volume slider or something package like that. So maybe we can use it for the white noises. And if you are actually thinking what are the white noises, it's just here in the download folder. And by the way, they are scraped. So we are using like a Py script to get some noises from the internet and put them into and download them into the downloads folder. That is basically here in assets. Yeah, downloads here. But nevertheless, yeah. So I'm waiting for your comments, guys, for enhancement. This is a Google sign-in hook. Well, not a hook, but a button actually. That has a provider as well from Google Auth provider. The header is simple. This is where we used kind of the link, the layout, the YouTube embed. This is kind of crazy one where I have like a YouTube embedded white noise port where you can actually use your own white noise from YouTube if you want to use it. Otherwise you can go to YouTube or store it in our database. Just use the bounce hook. I showed you the auth context actually. Firebase configs. Here for sure everything is coming from the environment variable. Some utils functions, regex. This is made by ChatGPT. that's better, at least to give it like the credibility there. What's the language? We are using TypeScript and we are using also React. Yeah, as a framework. Yeah. Nice. Do you have YouTube? I do have YouTube, but I don't really upload to it. Maybe I will need to update it first and then I will let you know about it. Cool. So what should we do now? Let me see actually. In our Git part, did I change something? I changed the util there and I changed the route here. I updated the readme, so updating the about page just with the layout. Cool. The footer is just stupid. I don't know what to add now, honestly. That volume control part, I don't know what to use in it. Yeah, this hooks, it's just stupid also. It's just to use mobile hook that I prepared and never used. This is our route, our about page, our content page. Yeah, contact page is interesting. Maybe also you can read this part. Do you have any questions about it? Maybe I can answer some. Ron said, you answer the same questions. Always make a page that shows common questions. Man, that's really a cool one. Cool idea, actually. But for now, I might just maybe you mods can actually answer some of them. And when I see that you answered, I will not. Yo. What are you making? I'm making a white noise app. Could you develop a game as advanced as WoW? I think World of Warcraft is just made by super much engineers and 10x engineers as well in Blizzard. So yeah, you can do a simple game, but not as big as that. Yeah. I would not think even that I will have the guts. Even if I could, I would not build anything. But some people are really into video games that much. But I'm not actually. Lately not, yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking now what to add actually. And what kind of states we can build with Zustand or something like that, with that we can put as global store. Yeah, I can show you the end product. So right now our app is working actually. So I can just show you that. We'll just zoom out and zoom in. Behind me you see the screen. Kinda right now it's not really good. So we have like a small contact here. I didn't actually do any styling for it. This is the about page. I didn't do any styling for it. This is kind of, I don't do styling yet until I make sure that we are going to the right path. So you will have a timer for now. This is like the timer for a break, and also the time for your tasks. You can reset it, and also there is this part where you can actually do white noise. Let me know if you can actually hear it. I'm not sure. Let me see. Actually, maybe I can just... Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's just white noises stuff, and for now also you can add your own white noise. So now, for example, if I just do a big ID like that, it will just show me the error. I did that, but I will change it to Formic. Yeah, and now I can actually do like some YouTubers at the bottom. But yeah, we're gonna grow it kind of to like add some other stuff here. We need like other services. Yeah, and the logout and login actually work perfectly. So now I just have a sign in button there, and it does that. Cool, right? I mean, yeah, as simple as it is. And now if you see on top there, the logs, if I just reach out to the API, let me just go to /API. I just wanted like the status to work out, so I'm trying to kind of like see if this is gonna be each time logged or not, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not logging somehow, but let me just then... it's logging, but you cannot see it. Well, for sure. Okay, now I will go back, and then yeah, you see listening, and then if I refresh, refresh, okay, cool. But it's returning 304 for some reason. Why is that? Should be 200. Maybe because it's being routed. Okay, that's impressive actually. Why 304? Let me see. Oh, it's actually 200. Yeah, I don't know where that 304 is coming from. Well, that's something for later to fix, right? Well, why not? Hopefully that's answered the questions. So that's it. Scuffy said something interesting. I want to get into coding. What's a good language to start with? I have told Python is a good start. Yes, Scuffy, I think you are right. Python is a really good start, and it's actually the best start. Try with it. There is like this roadmap.sh website that you can go to, and actually you will be able to see a path there and follow it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm Builder Rafat asked, are you building this for the web? Yes. And father of 4, what a name. Yeah, our what's on the docket today? We are just building stuff. That's it, nothing much, right? As always. And it will be good. Alright, so let me actually do something really quick. I mean, I introduced Zod last time, like with this Formic validation part. And I still remember that I have like a YouTube embed part here where I have an input somewhere. Should be there an input. Where is my input? Where is my input? Then it's not there, right? Add your own white noise player. Oh man, this got so complex. Yeah, I think it's add your noise. Yeah. So here we have a debounce value. And we are debouncing that value on simple input like this. I'd rather actually use Formic here and infer this type as well and make its own type basically for this. This should be cool. to actually do right now. Maybe also to train on Zod and stuff, and it will be really cool. So now we know that this should be actually regex based, and we probably need to get rid of that regex helper tool, right? Because now we are, each time we are debouncing that, we handle the change and we kind of check somewhere, right? Yeah, it's called strip video ID. We might actually leave this because it returns an error. Okay, I think I over-engineered this, but actually I over-engineered it in the right way. So it has its own helper function. It has actually a checker, an error boundary, and an error throw. So actually I might leave it as is. Just maybe the input to change. Is there an input from chatcn? I don't know. Let me check, because we have chatcn also in this app. Chatcn input. Oh, Margina is here. Hi. What language did you learn first? I learned JavaScript first, honestly, and I moved from there. Yeah. I learned a bit of Python lately, but I'm not really good with it. All right, so I actually found like a really cool input, and what I'm gonna do right now is just to change everything. Let me just do that. So npx just cn latest add our input. It will be added in the correct way. Let me just actually see what I can add more. Just once for and for all, right? We have alerts, right? But I don't think that I want an alert right now. We have select box. Are we needing a select box anywhere in our app? I don't think so. So let me just import that. Import input. Is it like this? Input from UI.input. So you see here we have wait a second, what is happening? Alright, so it got actually done twice. So here I'm just wanna see, I have add source or add slash directly, and then I have UI, right? No. I have chatcn, no. I have components, okay, and then UI, and then input. Nice. That will work. Input is defined, but it's never read. For sure it is. So now there is one thing that I might show you now. You do change surrounding tag and it doesn't work. Change tag doesn't work. Change tag doesn't work. See inside word, and I will just put input and see if it just does work like that. I'm actually checking right now. I might see some problems though, but for now I will be happy with any kind of input, to be honest, that chatcn does. Okay, I might forget actually to npm run dev the app again, and the input is really beautiful actually. It's just that I don't like its color. Can we actually change the class name to text white maybe? Yeah, cool. So the right now it's really being nice. So what I'm gonna do actually is just do the same for that fuzzy find that we did. So we did it in the app.ts export, and we're going to do this here. So find I, input, and this will be that, and let's hope that it's actually okay. I think we don't need this for sure. And yeah, we need to close the tag just like a self-closing tag, like that. Oops, like that. I'll show you like that, yeah. And then I will go up with GG and check that I actually got it from correct part. Just I will replace this with that because that's how we are doing this project. I will take every icon on top and replace the layout as well here, because we changed that form of pass. Here I'll just add a comment, kind of like what is called React icons. I'll do below, just for the people who wants to read the code later to know. That should be it, but I might center it and stuff like that, so I might actually give this a class. It's name of display block, right? I'm not sure, or D block or something like that. I have no idea. Block constant, yeah, display block. Look at this. I'll show you something funny. If I write the block and I hover over it, it shows me the display block as I see normal CSS stuff. And I'm doing that just to see if I refresh the page now. Yeah, it's there, but kind of not blocked. Okay, so here class. I'll do the bad way though. Flex items. Oh, should I say column? Flex column or flex column or call, right? And then item center. Justify center, right? And it's not working. Oh man, what is happening? Why it's not working as expected? Yeah, it's white noises kind of. Is it everything on this code only JavaScript? Not all. Actually, a bit of it is just Python actually. But yeah, I'll show you the website 1 second. Yeah, I'm just trying to actually go through what I'm doing. I have a list div that contains that input, but kind of like it's not blocked. Or maybe I need to just give it like the width of full, and then it will go like fully. All right, now it's just disappeared. All right, I'll refresh the page. I'll show you guys. Yeah, so now let me just exit this. So now I have this input here. I think you also cannot see it correctly. So that's the input. When I hover over it, for you it shows black line, but for me it's white. I don't know why is that. So this is the error kind of that it shows if you just put a wrong link. And here if you just search, let's say you put C, it will just show you the both white noises that you can play that contain C in them. The thing is now is that I wanted to center this one with CSS, but it didn't work out as intended. But yeah, nevertheless, I mean, it's not a big problem. I'll probably actually, as I said before, go and do the CSS later. Let me check actually Twitch. I didn't check Twitch chat at all today. Yeah, there's first timers also there. Yeah, so if you want to know more about what I do and what I develop and all of that, you can go and check my Discord on my channel. And also there is this part where we talk there, we play video games, and we do a lot of stuff. So it's up to you guys to hop in the Discord chat and we will have fun. Are you making a search function for your site? yeah, I made the search function for my site. It's just a stupid search function using use effect and filter. It needs to be in the same container as the white noise thing to have them in line with each other. Yeah, Star, I think you are correct with that one. Chrono asks, is TypeScript better than JavaScript? I mean, it's totally different things, but it's complementary. Sorry for that. I need always to check in activity for TikTok. All right, so our goal actually, let's check how many viewers we have. All right, so we are nearly 6,200, which is really nice. If every live stream we do actually this kind of number, that will be amazing. And I see that Star Sailor actually is coming up again from like he was here before, and also a lot of you actually were here before. Nice, and a lot of followers, so keep up guys. Please follow and ask as many questions as you want. Did you learn JavaScript on YouTube? I might did that as well. Yeah. I mean, I do a grid. I don't know what I'm doing actually. Am I not actually doing a grid here? Yeah, here I'm doing a grid. Should be, right? Oh man, I'm not sure. Oh no, I'm doing just a grid for the layout and the header actually. Yeah, that's a bummer. I might actually do grid then here. But let me see why the input is not there. So here we have the layout, and we have the layout being gritty at some point. And yeah, here the call span of full, and it's taken. Oh, okay. I know why now. Yeah, sure. Because I gave it a grid on top on the layout level, and I might need this text as well to not be block, but probably text white for the text as well. Yeah, so whose comment was that? David Mora. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, I did that and I forgot totally about it. So now it's kind of like in the center. Are Flexbox and Bootstrap used nowadays? Yeah, Bootstrap is heavily used actually, especially for models. I see a lot of people using it for models for some reason. And instead of using portals and JavaScript to show model offers, they kind of like use MUI, which you can find actually a project where the navbar is from Bootstrap. Seems like the Bootstrap navbar is the best thing ever created. And then you find out that there is actually yeah, there is also MUI good navbar, but I think the MUI is used more for portals or for model offers. And then you find out styled components if you need actually to do a lot of flexes and stuff like that. So styled components is really heavily used, yeah. And it's really nice because it shows you and teach you a lot of SCSS kind of, right? Which is good, yeah. Play Windows Roulette, what is that? What is that? What's your tag? What do you mean, what's your tag? By the way, guys, I might actually share with you my GitHub. I'm actually in GitHub, I don't share too much stuff, but I might be actually looking as a beginner. So maybe I want some followers there if you want to check it. That's my GitHub. It would be nice. And yeah, if you want to find me also on Instagram and follow up, I have like also a page there. It's called the Rail Async Stack, I think, because I couldn't find Async Stack as kind of like an ID. So what did I name it? The Real Async Stack. And this is my Insta. I will write it. The Real. It's a very bad name. The Real Async Stack. That's my Insta basically. Yeah. So after GitHub, you can check also my my Instagram. Nice. But I don't put much. I only put actually the stuff that I'm sharing from the live stream sometimes. David Morris said play Windows Roulette and then put it in your host file. And I have no idea what he's talking about. Why I don't see so many comments actually. Maybe if you are watching right now and you didn't comment at all, just comment. Say something, say hi or something. Yeah. I see viewers, but not a lot of comments. Yeah, I learned Java in uni. I can show you what I learned in uni. It's kind of bit kind of too much. Yeah. So this is kind of like, I would put it like in a table. Let me just make it more pretty. 1 second. So let's start with first year, right? And what did I learn in first year? And we will go up, kind of, okay? So in first year, I remember starting the course of Linux. It was really good because we understand what is ls, cd, dot, tilde, and so on. Like you learn basics, right? And then I remember learning about system design.